Hey, ¿qué pasa, Calexico? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Jose Alejos, and today our guest is Calexico Bulldogs coach John Tyree. First of all, let me congratulate you on your first victory of the season.
Thank you.
You guys beat Yuma last night. Usually how I start my interviews is, I have my guests tell us a little bit about themselves, a little history of Mr. John Tyree.
There'll be a lot of history.
So give us a brief one, the Cliff Notes.
Well, I came to Calexico from Alpine, Texas, where I had retired from the university. I got bored, got a call, and came on out here, and I'm trying to put this thing together, and love the place, man. It's really good.
I've been talking to you the last couple of weeks, and I think that's something that I've noticed that few people, even people that live here, really like the valley. And I think that I got from you, what I got is that you really like, the city and the valley.
Well, I was here in the 70s, and we had a lot of success up at Imperial, and then I moved on into other high schools and colleges, and been all around, but I just love the low desert. It gets a little toasty in July, but
yeah. So how long have you been coaching?
Since 1962 or 63.
And did you play football? As
I played at Oklahoma State University.
Oh, really? And then from there you went to high school?
I blew my knee out, and so they made me the freshman coach and assistant freshman coach. And then I graduated, came to California to see a cousin, and they were hiring everybody in the 60s. So I walked into a district office and walked out with a contract. And that started it. And then my first head coaching job was in downtown Los Angeles, Mount Carmel High School, which is no longer there. Then Imperial, then Fontana, then Cal Poly, Southwest Texas, everywhere.
I don't know if you've Googled yourself. You know what Googling means?
Yeah, I know what Googling
is. I was Googling you, and there was a couple articles by, there's this guy, I think his name was Paul
Oberjergy.
Yeah, he was, he wrote really nice things about you, and there was people that he quoted that, talked really good about you, I guess from that Fontana area.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess what kept coming to my mind is why, I don't know if this is a little bit personal, but are you retiring anytime soon?
No.
Okay, because
doctor said I got 10 and 20 more.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Because my question was, what I kept asking myself is like, is he like retiring from Calexico, or are you planning on maybe like trying?
Well, we just you take it one day at a time, and I'm in perfect health other than a bad back, and we're going to fix that after the season. So I love coaching.
Yeah, for someone that's been doing it for so long, I guess it's kind of like hard.
Well, if they, they're paying me to do something I like, so I'm not about to quit.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to Calexico, what are some of the struggles that you've faced here with?
Well, Calexico's been down for they have a good team every 10 years, and trying to put a program together is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a whole lot of things that need to be done, and we're having a hard time doing it. It's really hard time getting. I'm the only on-campus football coach, and that's really hard because I wear about 50 hats.
Yeah. And
when you do that, everything that you do takes away from everything else you're supposed to be doing. So that's the hardest thing, but coordinating the middle schools and the ninth grade campus with the high school is something that has to be done, and we're having a hard time doing it. But I got a good principal, and she's she's helping me out.
And something that we talked about these last couple of weeks was that your numbers are kind of low in terms of.
Well, what happened? We had 80 kids out in spring football, but the CIF moved up. They moved up the season, and then the school district moved the opening of school the other way. So it put us at a 2 to 3 week change, and people here they like to go to San Diego and Ensenada, and it's hot.
Yeah.
And the kids, it's a different culture, I guess. But the kids don't show up till school starts, and that's very difficult because we've already played 2 home games and a scrimmage before school starts, and that hurts your crowd, it hurts your gate, it hurts a lot of things.
So you think that once school starts, you'll get a little bit
well,
more?
I'm not optimistic about that because season's 1/3 over. But I think the thing that has to be done is all the things that need to be done in June.
Mm-hmm.
We need to dial everything in: equipment, practice fields, physicals, everything to do with the middle school. So I've got to go down there and get those kids' physicals, get them signed up, get their phone numbers, and try to get organized. Now, as a head coach, I can't do that because it's against the rules, but our athletic director can. And, of course, we've had a whole lot of athletic directors since I've been here.
Yeah.
And that's really hurt us. But I think that's going to get straightened out.
But you don't think you don't also think that the reason we have low numbers is just in general, because I think like Pop Warner does it. Every year it seems like less and less kids are showing up to.
People say, I'm from Oklahoma, so I don't know much about what goes on out here. People tell me it's the culture, but there's a heck of a lot of football going on down in Mexicali, so I don't really know the answer. I think when you don't win, you don't have a winning tradition, then kids aren't that excited about it. But that's a $64 question. If we can answer that, we can put things together in a hurry. But our school is, 3,300 kids, and I have a hard time communicating to the student body. There's not a median that I can reach out to get the word out to everybody. That basically the morning announcements are about the only way that we can communicate with them, and we've tried hard to figure something out there. Maybe a bulletin board or maybe an electronic sign or something like that, but it's tough, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, because I guess one of the things that I kind of see is more kids are at home playing video games, or parents are afraid of them getting hurt because there's.
Well, we got a lot of that, all this stuff about concussions. That starts with a bunch of NFL retirees who are trying to sue the league for whatever injury they perceive. But our equipment is outstanding, and we don't, the impact level at high school compared to NFL is, it's not even close. So, but those guys that are trying to get some money out of the NFL, they're hurting the sport because they're making it look like that everybody's going to have Alzheimer's disease by the time they're 20, and that's just false.
Yeah, because I remember you had me try one of your players' helmet, and because I played football for a couple of years back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And you can tell there's way more protection now than.
Well, there's a trade-off there. They're so heavy that that now you're looking at your neck. But and I don't know how they catch a pass in those. The helmet I wore were about 2 pounds. They weigh about 8 pounds. Yeah.
I guess it's a you weigh in the safety versus.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've coached. I don't know, it's 50-something years. I've never had a kid with a concussion.
Oh, really?
No.
Not even when you were in.
Well, in college, yeah, those old helmets were not that good. We had our fullback had 17 helmets broken off of his head, and he did have a problem older.
Oh,
When he got older, yeah. But that was back when they had smash mouth football, you know.
yeah.
He wasn't a fullback; he was a battering ram.
Yeah, the good old days, huh? Something that I've noticed with you is like, and that parents that I have a friend that Luis Andrade's dad is my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and he was really taken aback when you invited the parents one time to your house, and he really thought it was something that in its experience with Calexico football, nobody had done before. This trying to bring.
Well, the exciting thing here is it's a one high school town, and it's not just a high school football team; it's a community football team. It's the only team in town other than Vincent. And that said, it should be a gold mine. It should be a slam dunk. But we're having a lot of trouble, and I'm having a hard time putting my finger on it.
Yeah,
But that's what makes a really good situation when you got the community, not just parents, but the whole community behind you.
and I think I don't know if it was. I mean, our football field got a little bit of a facelift years back, but ever since, I don't know if it was that or when you came in that before I would drive by the football field and it was kind of like dead when there was a game. Now you see more of a crowd coming by to the game.
Well, it's a good facility. I don't think it's ever going to be finished, but they tore up the parking lot. But it's a good facility, and boy, we have beautiful lights. I mean, we got $1 million facility and maybe a 10-cent football team right now. So we're trying to improve that.
Yeah. So what do you think going forward with the team? What do you think is gonna make them better?
Well, experience and talent. We work hard in the weight room. We encourage kids to play other sports. The real hard sell here is getting kids to compete, not worry so much about winning and losing, but compete. And this team is going to do that. They're not the most talented in the world, but they'll play 48 minutes of football. They came last night. They came from behind in the fourth quarter to win it.
Okay.
And they didn't give up like teams previously had. So you got to get in their heads, But the execution was horrible because we had to change our offense to fit our personnel, and so we were running a 4-day offense, and it wasn't that good. But they played hard. When you play hard, good things happen.
Yeah, and I think that I've been working at the high school for the past 3.5 years, and I think that's more or less the time you came in, right? 3 years ago?
That'd be about it.
And I think that I've seen more kids willing to put in that more effort. Going to the weight room. You see them walking around with
T-shirts.
Yeah, and or like you see them like with a little bit more pep in their step because you can tell like
a little swagger. That's what we're trying for.
Yeah,
a little swagger. Yeah.
Because you see them, because I know Luis Andrade since he was a little kid, but when he was a sophomore and from his sophomore year to now, I could see he got a little bit bigger, and a lot of the kids have gained more mass.
Well, we've had some kids go to a sports nutritionist in Mexicali and put on 25 pounds of muscle in 3 or 4 months, incorporating it with our weight program. We had 2 or 3 that did that. Unfortunately, both of them got hurt, but there's all kinds of things that you need to do. I mean, my problem is I'm only one guy, and I can't do everything that needs to be done. So
what do you think I guess the district can do to help you?
Well, I don't want to discuss that in public, but we've got some ideas. I think our principal is receptive to doing some things that when you bring in teachers, maybe we could find a teacher coach here and there.
Okay.
We have one on the staff now that he's kind of part-time, but he's here.
So a little bit more on-site help would be.
Well, yeah, because we want our kids to compete in the classroom. A competitor. I had one of my kids went. Not a great athlete, but he worked so hard in the classroom and he worked so hard in the weight room and on the track that he played 10 years with the Green Bay Packers. And he was just a great competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were playing chess and he saw you playing, he'd want to get in there and beat you, even though he didn't know anything about the game.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to instill in these guys. Compete in the classroom, compete on the football field, compete everywhere you go.
Anything else that you would?
No, I love it here. I feel bad that we can't build a dynasty, but we're going to keep trying, and we don't have a lot of speed, but I've got to figure out how to get all these kids out for football that are good athletes. And the other problem is that so many ineligible, so many kids that are coming out of the ninth grade that want to play, but they're not allowed to because of their grades.
Yeah.
And that's not just an athletic problem, that's an academic problem. We got to find a way to reach those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was something that I also had thought about. There's a lot of kids a lot of talent that just
walking around.
Yeah, and it's all because like you said, like their grades, they're not.
Well, 21st century is tough with all your technology. They live with those cell phones stuck in their ear, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Video games. Why play football when you can play it on the computer?
Yeah, exactly. Huh? You can play Madden at home in the nice, cool house. And I think that Calexico is really fortunate to have you as a coach, because I can see that you are passionate about not only having a good team, but reaching out to the kids and like you said, like making sure that they're competitive, not only in the football field, but in the classroom and everything they do. And I hope that you get the help that.
Well, we're gonna keep pushing. Not everybody likes me. If you don't have any enemies, I guess that means you're not doing anything.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, I guess it's I don't know if you've faced like something similar to Calexico, like where.
Well, I've made a career of rebuilding down and out football programs.
No, but I mean, in the sense of the the community, the way that sometimes they're not really.
Well, it's what the old coach said: winning solves everything. But it's chicken and the egg. We gotta. Our goal this year is to win another playoff game, because we won one 2 years ago. His first one in 34 years. But we got some ideas. We after film on Saturday morning, we swim and eat pizza, and we charter buses when we can, and we have a good budget, and the kids work hard on the fundraising, and we have pretty good facilities, and some of them need improving, but we're we got a beautiful stadium. Everybody wants to use it, so I guess it's pretty good.
Yeah. But do you think that the community is have they embraced like the change?
Well, yeah, when you win, that thing's full.
Yeah.
I mean, they're ready to run me out of town last week, but I guess they'll let me stay another week now.
Yeah. You earned another week here in Calexico.
Exactly.
But because I feel that our community is a little bit different in the sense that we're a border town. A lot of the people here Fridays they take off and go to Mexicali, and
that hurts us, but that's it. That's everywhere. Somebody's always got somewhere to go. Maybe a little more here, but those are just excuses. We need to put this together.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what's going on. You got to analyze the situation and then see what the answers are, or what you think they might be. And you got to try new things. You can't. And one of the things I run into here is we do things here because we've always done those things. Why do you do this? Well, we've always done it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that ain't good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, they're I guess I guess I'm the same way in the sense that, we're not too comfortable with change. We're just so used to
I don't think it's that they're not comfortable with change. I think they're comfortable with what they got.
Yeah.
But it's I hear people badmouth the employees, badmouth the school and badmouth the town, and if you're getting paid to work here, then you should be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Yeah.
And we ran into a lot of that, but people don't say that to me anymore because I'll correct them in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great school district. God, look at the neighborhood I live in. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And like I said, one of the things that I've noticed talking to you these last couple of weeks is that you're really I think you talk more positive about, because I feel like I'm one of those people that really talk negative about the town, and I noticed that you're one of those people that even though you're not from here, you really sell the town.
Well, we have people complain about the weather. Well, we got the same weather Palm Springs has.
Yeah, it's so crazy that a lot of people love Palm Springs, like rich people love it. I'm like, I don't know why, but I guess we'll wrap it up because I know you got things to do.
We got a lot of repair to do today.
Yeah. But I want to thank you again for being a guest on my podcast. Anytime you want to do another one, if you want to like promote something or get the community.
That's great. That's great. Getting the word out is tough. We don't have a newspaper. The one up the road is kind of an El Centro. It's kind of a Central Union High School newspaper.
Yeah. And this is one of the main focuses that I wanted to do with my podcast. Put up people not only from Calexico but in the valley that aren't getting that platform to really show everything that they're doing. And I want this to be a platform for people to come by and promote, whether it's a football game or fundraiser or whatever, come by and we'll talk about it. That way, people will share my podcast and at the same time, spread the word of whatever I'm trying to promote.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate it, man. We need that.
So, with that said, thank you once again. When's your next game?
Friday night.
Friday night here at home?
Yes, sir. Vincent Memorial.
Oh, really? Alrighty. So, Calexico, don't forget to go watch our Bulldogs play Vincent Memorial Friday night. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.